Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking about ticker symbol HCMC, Healthier Choices Management Corp. I have done a thorough video yesterday, so if you haven't watched, please watch that. In this video, I'll be talking about how the stock is traded today. We'll talk about the price, volume, and the RSI and MACD, some of the technical analysis, because it's needed based on the volume that we are seeing a huge volume in the stock price. We'll also talk about pros and cons of investing in HCMC. The second thing is we'll talk about the big catalyst that is coming up for HCMC that can 10x the stock price than what it is right now. Once again, it's a highly speculative stock. It's a pretty risky investment. So one of the challenge investing in HCMC, it's an OTC traded stock. So it's not a NASDAQ or NYSE. So not all the platforms or the brokers allow you to buy or sell HCMC. The second thing is it's a micro cap stock as well. So it can go in either direction based on the smaller volume, a smaller market cap, and huge volume. So it's a pretty risky play. So based on your risk tolerance and based on your portfolio, make sure you invest accordingly. And the third thing we'll do in this video is some of the price prediction, where the stock price can go from here for HCMC. So watch the full video to get a lot more information, technical analysis, and some of the detail that I want to share with you. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Click on the like button because your like is very much appreciated. It helps me making sure that this video reach to more and more people. Click on the notification bell as well so you get timely updates. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence before you buy or sell HCMC. So the stock was traded at $0.0018 level. Mostly what I've noticed, it's now back to the positive turn. We'll have to wait for a day or two before confirming whether it's in the positive territory or not, the price point. But as you can see, the stock was as high as 0.0021 today, and it was as low as 0.0016. Now this price point, 0.0016, is a great support level that we'll talk in the later phase in this video. But before we go there, I want to talk about why the stock was declining earlier last week. Now, basically, what's happening right now is there is a lawsuit that the company HCMC has filed against Philip Morris, ticker symbol PM. It's a multi-billion-dollar company with a huge market cap, and it's a big company. The lawsuit is basically has allegations by HCMC for the product, that IQOS product that Philip Morris has, that they're violating some of the patent and for the electronic pipe, that the patent is filed by HCMC, and basically Philip Morris is using their technology and they're violating the patent that has been already filed. Now this patent recognizes the pipe that employs the method of combustion material for the electric pipe with a battery and in an electronic module, which is a combustible material, which is for the heating some sort of element within the IQOS product. Now, what happened last week was Philip Morris is looking to wash its hand out of the lawsuit, and basically they don't really want to do a settlement, and which is going to be a natural first move for any lawsuit. But what happened there is they filed the motion to dismiss the lawsuit with the United States District Court, where the suit was originally filed. Many investors and many people thought that this is going to end the lawsuit, but that's not true. Second thing is, this is a penny stock, so many people bought this stock to ride on the positive side. So people have pretty good profit as well. As I mentioned, the stock went all the way up to 0.0065 level, 0.0050 level in recent days. So many investors got out of the stock because, once again, it's a risky play. People might have made 5 or 6 or up to 10% of the return on their investment. So it's a natural move. All this caused the stock to go down, which is not really a bad thing that I want to talk about. Once again, it's an OTC traded stock. So that's one of the challenge that not everyone can buy. If it was a NASDAQ, there would be even huge volume. If you take a look at the volume, is 1.2 billion in today's trading session, compared to their average volume of 269 million. Now, looking at the volume, once again, 3.5 billion yesterday, and right now it's almost cut in half today in today's trading session. But if you take a low it made a higher low, which is kind of a good sign, and I like to look at the higher lows in general, and the high was 0.0021, and it does seem like the stock is consolidating at a good level of 0.0018 or 0.0017. At least it did not decline. If you take a look at 1-day chart, it was traded in pretty small range. We also saw some sort of barcoding. Once again, it's a micro cap stock, so this is kind of an expected move. But if you take a look at the RSI for 1 day, it's 56. Now I want to take a look at the MACD. So once again, RSI is pretty good. It's not overbought or oversold. It's in the very fair condition. It's in the middle. I want to say it may help the stock price to go up tomorrow based on the volume. If the volume goes up, if there is a trading in a positive, if the market is overall market is in green, the stock can run up a little bit, but we'll have to see how it plays out tomorrow. Looking at the 5-day though, you can see a staircase right here. So the stock was around 0.0030, went down 0.0027 level, 0.00, and then there are staircases, as you can see, downward staircases. It had a support around 0.0016 level right here. And again, today, if you take a look, it has gotten, if you take a look at this MACD, it is going into the positive direction right here. Now let's take a look at the 1-month chart and I'll be able to show you. So when the stock was higher, you see the green candles right here, which are suggesting that the blue is over the yellow line right here. So basically it was in a positive direction, but here it crossed and the stock started going down last week, as I just mentioned, and the blue is now below the yellow line, which suggests, so the MACD, the blue line, is showing still on the negative direction. Now ideally what we want to see is the blue crosses the yellow and goes on the positive direction. That's when the stock can go up. But one thing to keep in mind is there is this level where you can see right here that this is a good support for the stock. The big red bar that you can see right here, 0.0018 or 17 rather, I should say. And here is the same level that when the stock got a lot of support that we saw today as well at 0.0016 level. Once again, 0.0016 level, when it went down, it got stopped here and it ran up right here. Now this is not only the technical play, because there are some of the big catalysts that are involved as well, but my 5-day chart also, looking at this blue line, looks pretty healthy, that it was able to cross blue line right here. Once again, that I'm seeing almost the pattern where blue and yellow are all together. So it's not fully in the positive direction based on this technical analysis, but when we saw the volume, when the volume goes higher, as you can see right here, the stock price goes higher, but the blue line crosses the yellow, the MACD. So that is pretty important. We'll be able to find out tomorrow how it plays out, but for 1 month it's still a little bit far behind. So I don't want to say that it's in full swing for the positive territory. But one of the big thing is, one of the institutional investor invested $5 million worth of HCMC preferred stock on February 8th, when the stock price was 0.0016, so almost 2 days level. Right now what we see 0.0018, but the stock offer price was 0.0024 to this institutional investor who bought about $5 million worth of HCMC. Now that makes me think that this investment firm would know a lot more than us, and they have a lot more faith into what's going on with the lawsuit, how the company is going to trade it for the future. The company does have revenue at the moment. I verified the revenue. They have the physical locations as well. So the company is a real business according to my research. Now I want you to do your own due diligence and research before you buy or sell, but according to my research, it does look pretty promising. Looking at one of the thing about HCMC shareholders, one of the website portal, one of the user noted that based based on the lawsuit, and this is pretty valid, and I wanted to also share with you so you can make an informed decision, that Philip Morris has not provided the counterclaim against HCMC. All they did is motion to dismiss the request to the court that there is no case here, there is no violation for the product, and they're trying to buy the time, they're trying to buy more money, and they're trying to basically negotiate better and trying to find out whether they can get the dismissal done or not. Now think about it. People thought when the motion to dismiss was filed that it's end of the world or end of the game. Now if the lawsuit sustains in the court, which we'll be able to find out within next 3 to 4 weeks from today, then people will start believing once again that there is a merit into this lawsuit. There could be good settlement or maybe potential merger or something along those lines, and the stock can shoot up once again. But basically right now there is no counterclaim, there is no violations mentioned in more detail that they want to argue at this point. If PM Philip Morris believes that HCMC was completely different product, why they did not really rule out this case a few months ago? The case was originally filed on November 30th, and that's when the announcement was. It's been 3 months and the lawsuit is still going on, which also builds up the case of having some sort of merit into what HCMC is claiming for. So that makes it more interesting as well. They also, this is one of the tactic that law firm would also use for the dismissal tactic, to try and extend the process by buying more time. They're trying to get to come to reasonable conclusion in terms of moving forward. If they want to start negotiating in terms of the lump sum settlement, that could be one thing. The second thing could be they can offer more of the royalty to HCMC as well for using this technology, if by mistake they use it or whatever happened there. So there are some potentials. So one is lump sum amount that HCMC can get. Second is the perpetuity in royalty in perpetuity. And the third thing is the potential merger. So that could all impact the stock price of HCMC, given that the way the stock is trading at a very, very small level. If the stock can spike up maybe like 5-10 times just based on the catalyst, I wouldn't be surprised. I wanted to share this information with you, hoping it'll help you make informed financial decision. It's a micro cap stock. It's a lot more riskier than an average penny stock. So do your due diligence and do not invest a lot of money or your entire savings. Only invest what you're willing to lose. There could be some potential. And click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and thank you for watching this video.